wouldn't he be even stronger? The students who'd previously looked down on his 10-year soul ring had become much more well-behaved today. At the very least, no one had looks of disdain present in their eyes as they looked towards him. Huo Hao had wanted an effect just like this. Even if he'd lost yesterday, he still would have been able to awe a large number of students by enduring Wu Feng to such a degree. He wanted to study in Shrek Academy for at least 6 years, hopefully even more. If everyone held him in contempt, his mental state would definitely be affected. If that happened, how would he even cultivate with peace of mind? The class bell rang, and the 2 teachers, Wang Yan and Zhu Yi, walked in just in time for class to start. Zhu Yi's aged face seemed very serene, but her gaze was as sharp as a blade as she coldly swept it across the class. The students who were originally from the other classes didn't think much of it, but the original students of Class 1 inwardly shuddered. They knew that this perverted old grandma was about to show her authority. The facts proved to be just as they'd predicted. When Wang Yan had told Zhu Yi about the previous day's incident, he'd been showered with a barrage of reprimands. Wang Yan's status within the academy was higher than Zhu Yi's, yet she didn't seem to care at all. After she'd finished cursing at Wang Yan, she personally left to check up on the bedridden Huo Hao, and only left after verifying that he was fine. However, Huo Hao had still been asleep at the time. Wang Yan stood next to the classroom's entrance, but didn't walk towards the podium. Zhu Yi walked towards the podium by herself. She swept her cold gaze across the entire classroom, which caused even the students that were unfamiliar with her to quiet down underneath her sharp gaze. Wang Yan had never held a class together with Zhu Yi. Rather, he'd only heard of her style of teaching in passing. After being scolded by her yesterday, he'd been inwardly annoyed. He thought to himself, I want to see how you'll take care of these students, who are all chosen. Everyone, stand up. Zhu Yi shouted coldly. As if their heated iron had suddenly been placed in their chairs, the original students of Class 1 instantly stood up. The other students stood up as well, some of them quickly, some of them slowly. In their opinion, this old lady wasn't as large of a deterrence as Wang Yan. Even Wang Yan had been forced to agree to Wu Feng's suggestion after being pressured by